Guys, good morning. What's up, guys? Good morning. How is everybody doing this morning? How is everybody doing this morning? Mm. I got a message this morning from Jeb. I got a message this morning from Jeb saying, "Hey, I'm gonna read something from Jeb." I got a message from Jeb this morning. I want to read this to you guys. Christopher Jeb, who is I've been reading this. I did send Jim a link if he wants to come up. Let's see. Won't be in a few minutes. Um. Okay, guys. I'll talk to you guys later. Oh, what's up, Chris? Hey, we're live, by the way. Hey, but I want Chris. Hey, what's up, Chris? Hey, Chris. How you doing, ladies and gentlemen? Chris, I apologize about what happened. Yeah, can you hear me? Did I do something wrong here? Alright, I got you back on scene because you
Okay.
went at you. Yeah, but by the way, I'm using EV Mux for you.
You did what?
I'm using EV Mux.
Oh, you seem to be enjoying it.
Yeah,
Well, that's good. That's good.
yeah, but Streamyards came out using Kick now. You can actually have the Kick chat now on. But what's going on with you?
No, not too much. Not too much.
I got
Focusing
your
all my
email by the
attention
way.
on Rock Talk Live and doing some shows with 2K. Movies with 2K is being moved over to my channel until he gets his channel up and going. And
Yeah.
Liberal Karen's gone wild.
So Bobby's gone off the rails.
Bobby has. You know how a lot of people change after they get monetized and they're
Yeah.
not the same person they were before?
Yeah.
That's kind of what has happened to Bobby, and he's become a little bit dishonest in some
Yeah.
things, and it's become a
Did
little bit. It's not fun anymore for me.
So, you said that Avalancher was lying about you.
Oh yeah. But that's par for the course.
He said that he was afraid to go on Jerry's show because you had access to the room.
Say what?
He was afraid. He was actually thinking about getting his own EV Max and letting Jerry use that to do his show.
Yeah, I
He was a
asked Jerry about that, and it's only half true what Alvalanker said. Jerry said he was never going to have him on because of the fact that, well, for two reasons. He said first he didn't want to have him on, and second of all, he said, well, I didn't want to disrespect you by using your EVMux, and I said, Jerry, you can have whoever the hell you want to have on. You know, it's your show. I'm not going to dictate to you your show.
yeah. Um, I, they said you, but here's the thing. That's the same. So this is something that I said on the show, and I apologize. They were saying that he was calling him a Nazi, but Dustin called you a Nazi.
Yeah, yeah, but you know, it's when it comes to leftists. leftists call anybody who's conservative a Nazi. Yet, when it comes to leftists, they are along the lines of socialists, which the Nazis were socialists. So it never
Yeah,
made sense to me why they would call people like me a
but
Nazi.
you said in the email that they don't get Judaism doesn't get tax breaks.
No, no, whoever said, for him saying to say that, you don't get any sort of tax breaks for converting to Judaism. In fact, I had to pay thousands of dollars to convert. I had to pay thousands of dollars in a library full of books to be able to reference, like Talmud and Zohar and Midrashim and all these things. To
Yeah.
say that I get some sort of tax breaks, I'd sit there and be like, show me one single tax code in the United States or any other country where you get tax breaks for converting to Judaism. That is the most ignoramus
Um.
thing I've ever heard in my life.
Hey. By the way. Have you ever seen the show Around the Horn on ESPN?
I don't watch much ESPN except for what's his name? The black gentleman. I really like him. I
Damani Jones. No, not Damani Jones. Stephen P.
no.
Stephen P. Or not Stephen P.
Uh,
Stephen Smith. Stephen A. Smith.
yeah, Stephen A. Smith. I like him. I don't always agree with him, but I think he's very thought out. I think he's very objective. So I like
Yeah.
Stephen A.
Hey, are you okay? Because you got a lisp.
Yeah, I don't have my dentures in.
All right. Sorry. I'm sorry
It's
that
okay.
here's the thing. I wanted to get this out there because I just I'm not doing anything to Wendy. They
Well, the thing with that is Wendy's sweet,
yeah.
but
I'm not doing anything to
just
her. I'm just doing my thing. It's like, and people want to talk about it. Sometimes you get brought up in conversation. I can't control what my guest says.
yeah, yeah. The thing I would say is to realize in many ways Wendy is like yourself. She
Yeah.
gets very overcharged and gets really
Dude, so let me ask you this.
yeah.
Um, you have animals. Would a vet charge $5,000 for a routine exam?
I don't know. Well, for a routine exam, probably not. I know to get Isabella fixed, it was around $300, but I also know at the same time that it really depends upon the vet because those prices can vary drastically. Also, whatever kind of medication they have to put on, if they have to have surgery, because I've had people close to me pay up to $10,000 for their animals to you know get
Yeah,
fixed at the vet. So
yeah. The reason why and also because I know what kind of I know knowing her, she might have like an '80s or '90s car before the computers. It won't cost $5,000 to fix a car like that. It'd be a couple hundred.
it depends. Well, nowadays it is crazy for repairs. I know with a lot of cars with CRVs in them, it'll be
I
like
yeah,
$5,000 to replace the radiator. It'd be five
yeah.
thousand dollars to replace the engine. So it really
Yeah,
depends.
I'm just that's and I think that's the reason why I said it, because I know that's why I said that's the reason why I told Wendy to see if Howard could help. I wasn't asking her to ask for money. I was asking because Howard and Beth does a lot of stuff with animals.
Yeah. See, I see both sides of that whole thing.
Yeah, I should
The
I should
thing
have pulled her aside and said it off camera in our off stream,
that
but
probably should have been the thing. You let your temper get the best of you, Jake, and the thing to do is to you stay in your corner, Wendy stays in
yeah,
hers. That's the best
I've
way
been
to go about it.
trying. I've been trying to keep my head straight. By the way, I did a stream yesterday with it was me, Liam, who else? OG Nick, Ashley was there. Ashley Cummins was there.
Okay.
and Bruce was there too.
Gotcha.
And I
Yeah.
apologize about what happened, Chris. You know, I I feel bad, and if you want me to pull it up, any of the episodes that we did off, I will do that.
No, dude, it's your channel, man. You do what it is that you know, anybody that dictates to you what it is that you need to do on your channel. But I would say this, Jake, don't let your anger get the best of you anymore. If you are angry, don't stream. If you're angry
You,
about something, take a day, think it
you
over
know,
before you
you
react.
know, I understand, and I apologize that I made some mistakes. I don't, and by the way, I don't believe Avalanche, a lot of stuff that he says.
Yeah, no, but nobody does because everybody's, kind of dealt with him in the past. They know
You
he's a
know,
pathological liar.
yeah, and the one thing, and if you watched yesterday, I said Jim wouldn't say that because Jim got mad at Dustin for calling him that.
Yeah, yeah. Well,
Yeah, and thank you for Bobby. Thank you for emailing me. And you know, Bob, and I want to say this out loud. Bobby, Chris said he had a 45-minute conversation with Bobby, and Bobby's denied it.
I've had several conversations with Bobby. Which conversation are you talking about?
No, Bobby, about 45 with Bobby to talk about. He wanted to talk to him about me.
I don't remember ever having that conversation with
No, no,
Bobby.
Chris had a
So,
conversation. No, no, not you, Chris. The other Chris Peeps.
oh, okay. I didn't know about that. Well,
No, when I
the
say
thing.
Chris, I didn't mean you, Jim.
It's okay. It's okay. Yeah, I'm sorry for my confusion on that.
Because I have so many Chris's on this show. I have so many
Yeah,
Chris.
I don't know if Bobby is just forgetting stuff, but there's things that
He
I've
also
talked to him
said.
about.
He also said. Chris asked Bobby why is Wendy not going on Howard, but Wendy's work going on Bobby's show all the time.
Well, she goes on Howard when she's asked. Wolfie calls her up and all that stuff. And sometimes, they have to go and say, well, is there anything here that's worth airing? So, I know several times Wendy's told me that Wolfie's called her up and wanted to catch up, see if there's anything that could be used for the Stern show.
Um,
And sometimes she doesn't hear back, and probably because Howard's saying, well, there's not really much here, not much to really talk
yeah.
about in terms of this.
Hey, I'm glad that you are. I wanted to get this on air because I want to because but I understand now not to trust people. I
No,
I
the thing is,
apologize. I
it's good.
apologize.
It's good to trust people. It is, but the thing is, at the
You
same
know,
time, also realize there's a lot of jerks out there.
yeah. Hey, Chris, do you realize that I still, I do have a lot of stuff that I do want to I get so afraid to say stuff to Bruce because I don't want to hurt his feelings, but he's been in the hospital because of a spider bite.
Yeah, I don't even know if that's true. It's one of those things that Bruce lies so much, and
Yeah,
it's so much, in fact, that Bruce is not even his real name. It's
yeah,
just one of those things. Yeah.
yeah,
So he
yeah,
likes the
and
attention.
are you gonna be doing Rock Talk Live today?
I'm gonna try this afternoon. I've had some issues with the blood sugar because I ran out of my short acting or my long acting insulin a couple of
Yeah,
days ago, and I'm getting better now because I got it finally. And
yeah,
CVS has just been screwing up my scheduling on all that. But
yeah.
yeah, I
Hey,
was down and out
if
for about a week.
yeah, by the way, I want to say that did you see I've been watching a lot. ESPN is getting rid of a lot of shows.
Well, they're losing a lot of money. Disney itself, which Disney owns ESPN, is losing a
ABC
lot of
too.
money.
ABC owns
Yeah,
that.
Yeah, and the thing is, I think a lot of it comes down to streaming. Streaming is not something that generates a profit. It's
Yeah,
not, sadly. So
yeah,
when with the Disney Plus and all that stuff, they're
yeah.
paying out
Hey,
billions in IPs and not getting it
hey,
back.
hey. They made a live action Lilo and Stitch.
Yeah, that would, from what I understand, is doing very well.
I was gonna see if you would see if it's on like Cody or something.
Do you need a download of it? Because I could check the torrent sites.
I want you to do a review about it because I never got I if you want me to come on, I have a Stitch pop figure. I'm a Stitch fan.
Are you?
Yeah.
Yeah, how about this, Jake? How about if I send you the file if I can find it? And then if I do, you can go and do yourself a watch along on Rumble. That would probably get you a
Hey,
lot of views.
do you realize that I only have a tablet?
Oh, do you?
Yeah, that's the only thing I'm using right now is a flipping tablet because I still don't have a
Oh,
computer. Here's they might void the warranty because number one it was refurbished
yeah.
and
Refurbished does void the warranty.
yeah.
What kind of tablet is it?
No, it was the laptop I was talking about. The tablet was an iPad. I have an Apple.
Okay, so is the iPad refurbished or is the tablet?
The laptop I told you about. The second
Okay,
laptop, the second laptop we had for a while until that just got destroyed. It was refurbished. It had screws missing in the bottom. Didn't realize that until we went. Also, I want to say this. I have a lot of respect for you, Chris, and I apologize if I said something stupid in the heat of in the moment. I, just, if you talk to Bobby, tell him please. I'm not doing anything to him. I
I've
was
had to block Bobby. I'm not working with
so here.
Bobby
Let me
anymore.
tell you something, Chris. I was in the bathtub and I get out and I had it on my screen, and it said Plowdog 20, Plowdog 25 or Plowdog 23 or Plowdog 93 just bought you views.
Bought me
Uh,
views?
no, no,
Really?
no, okay. Someone came on the screen. It mentioned my name. I didn't do anything. I've never
Oh,
talked
good.
to them. And here's the thing: they were telling me that I need to go to a mental hospital.
Okay, I'm confused. What exactly is going on? You know,
They thinking that I'm talking shit about them again. They're going nuts.
who's they?
Wendy, Bobby.
Okay,
Not,
Jake,
I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
it's okay, it's okay. The best thing to do is with stuff like that, you know, just state your piece on in terms of that quickly and then move on from it because the more you
Yeah,
talk about it, the more they're going to come after you. It's
yeah. She
not
said
worth it.
yesterday she said, "Oh, I have people on YouTube that can go after you."
Okay, I don't know because I don't watch, so I have no clue. But
I understand
Wendy's always
you're
been sweet
busy.
to me.
Yeah, I know that.
So
Uh,
you know,
let me tell you something. I haven't talked to Dustin in a while.
I haven't either. But I think my Guns N' Roses content is doing a little bit better than his.
He hasn't posted in a while.
Yeah, and there's been a lot of Guns N' Roses news. The two new songs were done at Soundcheck. Nothing and Atlas Shrugged, and
Yeah,
apparently they're going to be released on June the 6th. So this is a good time for Guns N' Roses fans right now.
yeah. By the way, I want to say that Ashley Cummins and I Ashley's on the 27th. I'm on the 28th of July. Our birthdays.
Oh, gotcha, gotcha.
Yeah. I feel like talking. Yesterday doing that show, Bruce didn't. And at the end, I did a round. I went and put the five boxes, and I did a around the horn style of boxes.
Okay, I don't know what
I've
that
been watching
means.
that show at ESPN. Basically, it's like a panel show. It's a panel show.
Okay. Speaking of which, did you see the production work I did on Liberal Karen's Gone Wild
I I
on
haven't
the
seen.
pro scenes?
I haven't seen. I haven't been in your place yet. I haven't been. I'm using my own.
Okay, well, no. What I'm saying is, I've done some pro scenes on there for the live stream. That is
Yeah.
just, oh my gosh, and everybody's
Yeah.
been talking about how much better it looks, and
Yeah.
I took some time to make some pro scenes, and all that stuff. I'm not great at pro
Yeah.
scenes, but it's kind of along the same lines of like the quartering and stuff like that.
Yeah. By the way, I want to say that I do appreciate. I've had. I've had good people on my show. I had Chad Zumach on my show.
Yeah,
And,
I've had Chad on, and Chad was okay with me.
yeah. Hey, by the way, fuck Tom Myers.
Yeah, see, that's a gentleman I don't know anything about.
Tom Myers is an idiot. He's gone. By the way, I want to say this. I appreciate you coming on and we're talking it out because I want to read you your email if you don't mind because that's what I was doing before you came in because I was grabbing it. If you don't mind, Chris.
Yeah, that's fine. That's fine. I never have anything to hide, so.
I want to say that Chris has been you. If you want, I have to grab it from my spam folder. I have you on spam.
Ah,
Here it goes. It says, "Hey brother, Bobby has gone off the rails, and I'm done with him. But I'm watching your show the other day, and Avalanche claiming I told him I converted to Judaism because of tax breaks. He is a liar. There is no tax breaks for Judaism. I converted Judaism because of the fact Yusuf
Yeshua.
Yeshua Jesus taught Judaism, and I can prove it.
Yep.
Avalanche, he says that you said I can prove it.
Yep.
Avalanche got into trouble recently for cheese pizza. Come to find out, he is out of his effing fucking mind. Sorry, don't listen to anything he. All right, sorry. He has to say. I'm trying to read, and I got something in my eyes.
That's all good.
He's been telling people he's been trolling you anyway. I just want you to know, because I don't want that piece of shit to do anything bad to you.
Yeah, I don't want anybody to do anything bad to anybody. And when he got in trouble with that on Discord, putting up certain pictures and all that stuff,
Move that.
it's like, yeah, it's one of those things.
Chris, I moved that back to. I actually unblocked you on Gmail because you actually are speaking to. And by the way, I said cheese pizza because
Yeah, I
that's
know.
the new.
Yeah, everybody knows what that means. But yeah, it's
I had to explain that to Adam Bush. I had to explain that to Adam.
Adam's a really good guy, he seems. I have not spoken with him, but every time I see him on, he seems very thought out and
Yeah.
just a nice guy is what it seems like.
Sorry, I moved a chair into my bedroom to have a chair in here to sit down.
Gotcha.
And I haven't. Here's the thing, I slept all day yesterday, and I'm still tired.
Oh, lucky you. I had to work all day yesterday and I'm still tired.
Yeah. Hey, do you still do that delivery business?
Yep, it's going really well. I had I think 5 deliveries yesterday.
Yeah. I do appreciate everything that you're saying the truth. I believe you now because he's kind of a psycho.
Who is?
Oh, Stevie Lou's in the chat.
Oh, it's good to see Stevie Lou.
You are a I don't think a I can send them a link.
Yeah, that's fine.
I know
Stevie
you
is
might
Stevie
have.
is a good guy. I've always liked Stevie, and I know
Uh,
people
uh,
give him a lot of shit.
yeah. Please elaborate. Avalanche got in trouble for cheese pizza.
Yeah, yeah, in
You
Discord.
want?
He
Yeah.
got kicked out of a Discord server, and I forget the name of it, but apparently, I don't know the whole thing around it. Some people had said that he accidentally posted a wrong picture that he had on his phone. Another person said that he was doing it to try and take the server down and all that stuff. So I don't know what the truth is in terms of the reasons why it was in there, but apparently it was in there. And I had
Come on
like three
in.
people tell me this.
Come on in. Come on in. Stevie. Link. You got the link. I know he's busy on a Saturday.
Oh, he's always busy.
Hey, so let me ask you this question. Did you see the Streamyard? I told you about this, but Streamyard is putting Kick on. Now we can see the Kick chat now when we stream.
Oh, really? Okay.
Yeah.
Now, is that something I've never used Kick, and like I said, I've been using
But here's the
EVMux for
thing: we
about
used
two
to have
years. Or
the
do they do
so
Kick?
so what we did. Even Mux does Kick, but you don't see the
Okay.
comments. You can see the comments. It's like Rumble now.
Okay. Well, I see the comments on Rumble because I know how to set it up on
Yeah.
here.
I'm a dumbass.
Yeah, yeah. What you got to do with you get the stream keys with Rumble, and
Yeah.
after you put those in, where it asks for the link, you want the link to the video to put in there. And then it comes up. And the nice thing about that is that it also shows you your Rumble rants and all that stuff on EVMux, which StreamYard doesn't do that. StreamYard is basically old technology. They're getting ready to go away soon, I think.
Yeah. Because they're being sold.
Well, they were sold, and I think this is the second or third time they've been sold. And
Yeah.
the problem is they've increased their prices, but however, if you increase your prices, you want to offer more innovation. You want to keep on moving forward. You want to give more options. You want to update your UI. They haven't done any of that. And people have been discovering that, like with EVMux, you get 10 times more for a less amount of money. So everybody's been making their way over there to EVMux
Making my
now.
way downtown. Well, sorry. No comment.
But
Right.
EVMux does have its problems, though, at the same time. If you have a bad connection, if your connection is not great, it's not going to be as stable as StreamYard. That's the one drawback.
I've had that issue before.
Yeah, but you seem to be fine on it now.
Yeah.
So I don't know if they
Yeah.
fixed that or if you got better internet or what the deal is.
Hey, so I want to ask this question: Is what is Daystar?
That's the thing you've asked me about many times. Isn't it? Isn't that the Christian satellite company?
Yeah, that they're screwing up. A lot of people are. So, also we lost Bill Robertson.
Yeah, yeah. Oh, by the way, did you hear the whole new thing? I was listening to the Real Music Observer, Harmless Dave, who has a
Yeah.
great rock and roll channel, and there is some stuff going on with Michael Tate. I don't know if you heard that or not.
Who's Michael Tate?
He was one of the singers for DC Talk, and he
Or
recently left the Newsboys. And apparently, it's being said that he has been emotionally and sexually abusive.
hmm.
So
So
I
you
don't know
know,
if that's
and,
true or
and
not, but that's interesting.
so by the way, I just want to say that we're not. Chris and I are both. You know, we talk. So I want to say Chris and I talk about a lot. Chris talks about rock and roll on his channel, but I want to say that I do when you put that message, I was actually fixing to email you and ask you why you put that comment up on our latest video.
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. It's it's one of those things that and the thing with Avalanker is that he's a rabid anti-Semite. And the thing is, to claim that I get tax breaks for converting to Judaism, he's so full of shit. It's unreal.
Yeah,
It's like cite me one law where that's the case. Just one, just one. And it's not the case. Like I said, in fact, I'll go to my bookshelves over here, and you tell me if I'm saving any money here. One moment. I'm outside smoking a cigarette.
sorry.
This on here.
You showed me your
Okay.
bookshelf.
Well, this is one of them. I got three of them. Entire set of Talmud. Okay,
Yep.
you're looking at about $2,000 right there. The Or HaChaim. Let's see here. Each of these sets were about $50. So 50, 100, 200, 300, 400, 500 bucks for that. Got some of the volumes of Ankelos, Shulchan Aruch, Chronicles of the Messiah from First Fruits of Zion. That was like $300 a year. And that's just one bookshelf. I got two more up here.
You know, this is what I love about Jim is when you call his bluff, he will show you what he's got.
Yeah, yeah. And then over here on this bookshelf, I got the complete Zohar, which is about $1,000, and I got a
Hey,
Seder
what's up,
plate
Preppy
right there.
G? How you doing? Preppy G actually, you know how? Hey, you want to hear something funny?
What's
One
that?
of my I met Preppy G because they used one of my songs in their video.
They
They
did
used
what?
they used one of my Thanksgiving song I did like a year ago or a couple months ago for Thanksgiving. They used one of my songs for one of their videos.
Oh, gotcha.
Yeah,
Very cool.
yeah. Hey, Chris, I love the paneling.
Yeah, yeah. Well, my townhouse was built in like 1981, so that's the kind of look it has. I'm trying to figure out how to
19,
turn my camera around here.
um, you're figuring. There might be a button.
Yeah, I always
Well,
use EVMux on my computer, not on my phone,
yeah.
so
So
I
I'm
just
on the
don't know.
mobile. So in the down there, there's a button. There's the mute button, the camera button, the people. There's a button that has the camera with a slide.
Yeah, whenever I hit it, it just kind of glitches out for a minute. So maybe,
Yeah,
something's just not working
yeah.
there. I don't know.
That's Chris, by
So,
the way. So I want to ask. So you and Bobby have. So you're not the owner of Lunatic Lounge anymore.
no, I did a members only video on that, and I was half owner of it. And so, um, several months ago, whenever it is I started up my delivery business, I said, I may not be able to be around as much, so I want my half given to 2K
Hey,
because I trust him.
yeah. By the way, I was just joking about trying to get you fired and stuff.
Oh no, no, I was never fired. I
No, no, no,
willingly
no.
left
Because no,
because it
I
stopped
was
being
kidding
fun.
because I said in a chat I'm gonna try to get you, make you because they said you had a more important gig than Lunatic Lounge.
Oh yeah, yeah. And in all honesty, with that, I've done like maybe two things of video for them already, and it hasn't been.
Who was it if you don't mind? If
Oh, I'm not gonna
you can,
say, but I've had to do interviews with certain people and all that stuff,
yeah.
and the issue is that they haven't really moved all into the video and audio like they need to in 2025. So it's one of those things that has just been kind of like Well, send us whatever whenever you can.
Oh,
So
it's like a big place.
it's a organization everybody knows about with local chapters.
All right. Sorry, I'm not trying to get you fired and stuff. It's just
No, no.
when I get mad and stuff, I say stupid things.
Oh, I know.
You gotta,
Thank you.
but hey, dude, can we? I really don't want to talk. I know Bobby's gonna respond to this show to this.
Well, he has every right to. It's one of those things that it's like, the thing that was above all else for me was it just stopped being fun, and the whole thing that it stopped becoming a team effort. That's the thing that really sucked.
Yeah, like I said in my song, when I made a song saying it stopped being fun when Bobby P died.
Well, that was a different show, and yeah, Bobby P was one of the nicest guys on the planet, but now it's one of those things that it wants to go into drama and all that stuff. And as a regular 44-year-old, that's not immersed in the internet, I don't like that shit. You know,
And
and
I'll be honest with you, what I didn't like is have on every no filter having to tell Shayna and Jethro to shut the fuck up.
well, if they show up in the chat, they have every right to do that. So
I
I mean,
blocked both of.
I
And
got no problem with that.
you know what? I have nothing but love for you, brother. You know that.
Yeah.
I have nothing but love, and I know that there are a lot of times. I just want to tell you, if you have a problem with me, email me, just message me. If I, because I understand what we have to deal with. Oh, by the way, am so I. So here's the thing, and you're actually gonna hate me for this.
What's it?
Abelanker asked me for Bobby Nick's number, and I gave it to him, and I regret giving it
Yeah,
to him.
yeah. Even though I'm mad at Bobby, don't do stuff like that. Don't do stuff to mess with people like that.
Yeah,
That's not
I feel
cool.
bad about it now,
Yeah,
Chris.
because
I
that
feel
just makes
bad.
stuff worse. You don't want to make stuff worse.
Yeah. I wish Tiffany was still here. She liked horns.
Who?
Tiffany Washington.
Oh
Tiffany
yeah,
Washington liked horns.
yeah. I'm gonna be hooking 2K up with a soundboard here soon. I sent him. I ended up getting a new Mac, and I sent him my old one,
Yeah.
and we're gonna get him hooked up with his own soundboard here soon.
By the way, I don't know why, but it lets me. I can still because I'm still paid for this. Because I don't know why I'm still paying for this. It hasn't. They haven't kicked me yet from this.
Yeah, if you fail to pay your bill, I think they give you like 3 weeks to do it.
Yeah. By the way, you want to see something?
Sure.
I hear something. How about an apple? How about hold on? Come on. I have something for you. How about an apple wearing a colorful hat with hair? You can't
All
see
right,
it. Damn it.
I'm guessing you're using the AI functions in Eevee
Yeah.
mods.
Yeah.
Yeah.
By the way, hey, what is so what's going on with you, brother?
Oh, just been busy with Rock Talk Live. You
Rock the
know,
live on Catalano TV. Rock the live.
I haven't done an episode. Well, I did an episode the other day, but
Yeah.
I've been kind of laying back on it because I had some blood sugar issues the past
Yeah.
week and all that stuff. So it really
Hey,
drained me. But I
Joey
got a
said
new
that
one.
hey, Joey said that Alex Stein liked my interview I did with Adam.
Oh, good. I was on with Joey yesterday.
By the way, I got something we could promote, and it's something that do you remember Johnny Crutches?
Yeah, Johnny's a good guy.
So I'm gonna read this. This is his GoFundMe. It says, "I'm Johnny. I'm a 42-year-old suffering from MS. I'm a father to an amazing 6-year-old. So we're separated. Her mother and I continue to live together so I can be close to my growing daughter. Now my health has declined to the where I can no longer continue in my current living. So there are so many stairs to climb.
Oh,
Here's the thing. Here's the thing. You wouldn't even go to Aaron's house because he said too many stairs.
yeah, yeah. MS is tough. I had an ex many years ago that had MS,
Yeah.
and it is, it's really debilitating. It's tough.
I hate this damn thing.
What
No,
thing?
I this because anytime you try to move, it zooms in and out.
Gotcha,
Sorry,
gotcha.
hold on. I didn't mean to show that.
Oh, it's all good.
Give me 1 minute.
No worries, no
I'll be
worries.
back.
But yeah, whatever Johnny's going through there, MS can be really tough. It really can, and it's really hit him hard. Um, hopefully he gets the help that he needs. I almost wonder, and I know that this is not something that he wants to do, but I don't know the entire situation, but it almost seems to me like this might be something he needs to go into an assisted living type of thing. Um, so I don't know. That might be the option he needs to look at, and I'm sure he's probably weighing his options. I'm sure he probably is. So yeah, very tough stuff with MS. Very tough stuff. Uh, so how you guys in the chat doing over there? Hopefully everybody's doing well. Hope everybody's staying safe. Goodness. I'm supposed to be making some pizza for some people at 12, and I need to I gotta go and take it to some people at 12, and I gotta go and get everything prepared here in a little bit, so I may have to jump off here momentarily.
All right, I'm back.
There you go. What kind of issues were you having there, man?
No, it was zooming. It zoomed so in, but I went and grabbed. Look at my new headset.
Oh, very cool. Very cool.
Yeah,
I'm
I
using
love.
my AirPods Max right now. They don't sound
Yeah,
great in terms of the
yeah.
microphone, but they do sound good in the ears, though.
By the way, if anybody that
Yeah, this whole portrait mode on here just looks wonky.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. I hope that So I just want to say thank you so much for coming on. I had a feeling that you might come on and try to porn bomb me.
No, I don't do that to people. I don't screw with people. Those are immature little, you know what?
Yeah. And I made a mistake, trusting the wrong people, and
Well,
I
I know
do.
a lot of the times you can't help it. I can tell you that Chris Peeps guy seems like a very good guy. He
Yeah.
seems like one you can trust there.
Should I send Joey a link?
Joey C, I think Joey's trying to take some time away from streaming because he was telling me his health and all that stuff, and he was tricked on coming on with Lou yesterday, and so that's when him, and Lou were on yesterday.
Do you have a problem with John Melendez?
John is an interesting cat. He'll go and text me whenever he needs something and all that. You know, Being friends with John is very one-sided.
Yeah. I'm also sending Keanu and Gino a link and Bob Levy a link.
No, very cool. Bob's a good guy, and I'm glad to see that Granny's working with Bob now, and 2K and Granny are going to start doing a show starting Tuesday. I'm very excited about that.
That's when they do no filter.
I think their show starts at like 9 or 11 or something like that. Granny was telling me about it the other day.
Yeah. Hey, I
Yeah,
want to
so
say thank you. So I just want to say thank you for coming on and clearing the air about what happened.
oh, not a problem, not a problem. I know Bobby's been upset with me, but the thing is, I don't have any angst or animosity towards him. I just needed out of that situation,
Yeah.
So
I'm gonna say, hey, Michaela, good morning. Good morning. And hey, and can you do me one thing? Can you not, dude? I you can't hear me. Shit, I can't hear you. Shit.
I'm not saying anything. That's why you can't hear me.
No, I can't hear you because I went over to grab something off of the clipboard. Because when I tab out on EVMux, it screws up. You can't hear audio on EVMux.
Really? Hmm. I haven't had that issue, but then again, I'm an Apple guy, so everything just works. So
Hey, Michaela, good morning. Here's the thing. Like I said before, I'll say this again. This is the viewers. If anybody that wants to, I know that Jib is going to say something about me promoting my Cash App and my Venmo and my PayPal.
no, do whatever you want, man.
Because you said that I am defrauding the government.
No, I didn't say that. I didn't say that. That may
You
have
said
been somebody
on
else.
it was on this show, and you said that Jake is funneling money. So
No, that wasn't me. That wasn't me.
you know, I'm just trying to lay low and not like bother people. But JBX is doing a show with them.
Yeah, yeah. 2K told me the other day that him and Jason have been talking, and that Jason seems to have gotten sober and all that stuff.
I
So,
don't believe him. I don't believe him.
well, I don't know. I told him I was skeptical about it. I said, but feel it out, see how it goes, and I trust your decision, is what I told 2K. So we'll see.
I don't believe. Here's the thing. It, Good morning, Michaela. How you doing, sweetheart? Michaela's in the
I
chat, by the way.
Yeah, I believe that if he has indeed gotten sober and has gotten himself off the all the junk he was on, that he may have turned a new leaf. I turned a new leaf 24 years ago, so I mean, it's one of those things that it's not outside the realm of
Um,
possibility. So I want to give the
yeah.
guy the benefit of the doubt.
By the way, I do need to make a little bit of I I I I do need to make a little bit of money today because I do need to pay some bills. Pay bills on the digital for it because I know a lot of people do criticize me for. Um, so I have a question.
Yeah.
What is this RTMP ingest?
Oh, that is like if you are streaming to something that is not on um, one of the platforms that's on there, you could do it through RTMP. And actually, Rumble does RTMP. Those are the codes you got to put in for Rumble.
Yeah, so that's what I did for D Live and Kick when I was doing
Yeah,
like when I do that. That's how I do a lot of that is through custom RTMP.
yeah, yeah. I don't use that all that much. The only times that I do use it is when I'm going to Rumble, which is almost every single show is going to Rumble. Um,
Yeah,
because Rumble treats me a lot better than YouTube. But however,
yeah,
YouTube, I did make enough this month to get a new webcam, so I'm
payout,
gonna order and I'm gonna
payout,
do an.
payout.
Oh yeah, it was a really good month for me, so I'm gonna get
Yeah.
a
By
new
the way, I
webcam
made
next month.
so I want to say that I do want to say thank you so much for coming on and doing the show and being part of it and I also want to say that I do want to say to you is and I apologize profusely about what happened.
The
I
thing,
don't feel
the
comfortable. I had a bad feeling that Bruce. Listen, you got to give Bruce enough to hang himself.
and he does every single time. Every single time. Whenever you are a person, and this is what Avalanker has done. Every single episode or every single show he's been on, he's been booted from it. So a person has to realize that maybe not everybody else is the problem. And he refuses to do that. He thinks everybody else is the problem.
Well, you have a problem with Bradley?
I get along with him, though he's one of those people that I can't have on because of the fact that of the things that he does, I am not in support of. But personally, I have no issue with him. I think the thing that he's doing with Jerry is great. I think they're doing very well together, and I think that they have a good time. So I support it.
Should I block Avalancher?
You do whatever you want to, man. I'm not gonna tell you what to do, but I did. But that's just me.
Um,
And he's not an individual that, unlike possibly JBX, who has redeemed himself in any way, shape, or form.
yeah, he's like I'm just gonna let him. Like we said, if you give a man enough to hang himself, you give him enough rope, he'll hang himself.
Yeah,
And that's not me, and that's me saying that give him, he'll have enough, will have enough to, he has enough, and I'm not saying he's gonna hang himself.
I know what. Yeah, everybody
Can you
knows
hear?
the
Oh, that's
metaphor.
right, you can't hear me. Shit, I can't hear you.
Oh, yeah, I'm here. Yeah, but
Fuck.
what I'm. Yeah, but whenever you are able to hear me, the thing I'll tell you is everybody knows that metaphor. So
Sorry, I forget that every time that I'm on the, I'm fucked up here.
yeah, see, I've never heard of that problem. That's
Um, I know Bruce is gonna have an issue with me like talking
he
about
has
him
an
on the
issue with
show, but
everybody.
yeah,
He has an issue with everybody. It's just one of those things. So that's why it is
yeah,
that I just kind of stay away from everything. I just do my little thing in my own little corner, and it works out well for me.
yeah. And I do appreciate that you came on and you said that you're basically I haven't seen you do a lot of shows lately.
I go and produce for people backstage a lot. I help my friends in terms of that. But
Um,
all I really do is Rock Talk Live and Liberal Karen's Gone Wild, and I will be doing movies with 2K this Sunday, and I'm excited about that. because some changes are coming to movies with 2K that are really good, I think.
You're getting rid of Bobby Nick.
Well, we ended up right now. It's just me, 2K, and
Hold on.
I think still Jerry,
Hold on.
but also
Hold on.
nope,
Coming in the... Can you repeat that, please?
yeah. Right now it's just me, 2K, and I think Jerry, but also we're looking at bringing on American Cupcake as well. You
Yeah.
know, so that
American Cup of Joe? I mean Cup of Joe, really?
no American Cupcake.
That's a mean Cup of Joe is. It's American Cupcake.
Gotcha. Gotcha. Yeah, he has a lot of fun on that, and I think he's going to be guesting with us on Liberal Karen's Gone Wild on Wednesday as well. So he may end up getting a permanent spot over there because he loves
Oh,
that
I
show.
got a question. Is Tokay Tokay part of the show?
Tokay has been handed off to somebody who has bought a puppet that is going to use an actual puppet for Tokay. So Tokay is
Who?
I I'm not gonna say it's somebody
New
that doesn't
girl.
come on camera often, but they do
New
come on
girl.
camera. Nope, nope. I will give you a hint though. It's another guitarist, and one that is
Okay.
way better than me.
Chris Thompson?
No, no. They are a Tokay mega fan, and so when I said that
Scott?
it
Scott?
no, no, it's not Scott. He wouldn't be able to do a show by himself.
Hmm.
Scott's a good
Corn's
guy, but
here.
he wouldn't
Corn's
be able to
here.
do one. Hey, Corn Diff.
Corn, come on up. I'll send you a link, brother. We need to talk, Corn, because Nanodiff was in here.
Ah, very cool. Very cool.
I think
So is he going
Nanodiff.
between the two? Is he going between the banana and the corn now? Kind of doing both, or
I don't know.
yeah, I have no clue either.
Corn,
Because like I said,
I'm sending a link to your Twitter.
yeah, because I feel bad. I haven't been able to watch much of Corn's stuff. I'll stop in and say hey in his chat every now and then. Um,
By the way, it's just Chop. It's just Chop and Corp and Corn.
okay, very cool, very cool. Yeah,
By the
Corn Diff
way,
usually gets a really good team around him, so
that damn Nanner.
that's always good.
Corn, come on up. We need to talk, Corn. Check your
My
Twitter.
my gosh. And
Listen,
whenever you say, whenever you tell people, "Hey, we need to talk," that almost sounds like mafia type of stuff, right?
yeah.
You realize that, right?
Sorry. By the way, do you know with Spreaker, difference between Spreaker and YouTube? He's pooping, Jake. He's pooping. You say I'm pooping, Jake. Just you don't have to come on camera. But
Okay, but you were saying Spreaker. What's I've never
Spree
used Spreaker,
difference
so I don't know anything about it.
difference between with YouTube, I gotta make $100 before I get with the ad money. Only Spreaker, I only gotta make $10 to hit payouts.
Oh, very cool. I think with my DistroKid account, I only have to do 7, if I remember correctly.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I'm actually surprised at how much I've actually made on my music using DistroKid. I'm really surprised with that,
Uh,
especially with how much less it costs. I mean, it only costs me, I think, $30 a year.
mm, uh, mm, sorry, I'm having a tooth problem here.
You're having a what problem?
Tooth,
Ah,
because
just do
the
like I
gums
did.
are
Get them
hitting
all
each
yanked
other.
out and get dentured.
the gums are hitting each other to the heart. It's like it's rubbing.
Yeah.
Yeah, I hate my teeth.
Just get them all yanked out, man. Go and get dentures. You get to
No,
scare kids.
but I do appreciate. Hey, Chris, I do appreciate. By the way, did you see that? So we we were the ones that were talking about Aaron. We were the ones that telling Aaron to shut the fuck up about the case. Aaron has to pay a fine. Nick Ricotta has someone's here. Have you ever had a big ass cheeseburger?
Where have I heard that before? That's from a movie. That's from a movie. I want a big ass cheeseburger.
Big ass, yeah, AZ. But so, what do you think about Nick Ricotta's only got to spend 28 days in county jail?
Oh, so he's getting jail time?
Yeah,
I haven't been following the case. I think Rekieta is a piece of garbage. But you know, I don't know exactly what it was that he got charged with. I know there was child endangerment. I don't know if the drug charges stuck. So I don't know, and I don't know Minnesota law. So I have no clue. But I think he's a piece of garbage, and I think that he needs to get himself better, and I think he needs to make restitution for his actions.
yeah, and also, but do you know that Aaron only got caught with a fine?
Got what?
He had to pay a $50 fine.
That sounds like court fees, is what that sounds like. If it's only fifty
Yeah.
dollars, I've never heard of a just $50 fine. I ended up getting a seatbelt ticket 20 years ago that was $75. So that just sounds like court fees to me.
Yeah. I'm gonna look back. I'm going to looking back Texas. It's really well down the boys tonight. Sorry, I got that song in my head. By the way, I did block. So guess who I blocked?
Who's that?
Your boy. I blocked. Here's the thing. I blocked a lot of the boys from No Filter.
You know, a majority of them are good guys. Bybee's a really good guy. Scott just kind of gets, he gets taken in the direction that he's told to go into, sadly. But
because
2K
of
is a
Stormy.
really
Because
good
of
guy.
Stormy. Because of
I don't
Stormy.
I don't know who it's because of. I have no clue. But Scott. Scott's always been good to me. That's all I can say. But I have seen how Scott's changed here recently, and it's it
By the
is
way,
sad
Michael
to
Ray
see.
Bauer followed me on Twitter. By the way, Michael Ray
I had a
Bauer.
I had a talk with Michael Ray Bauer the other day. He wanted to come on my show because I ended up interviewing several months ago Christian Blatt, and he wanted to come on mine, and I said, yeah, 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 that sounds good because
He
as
wanted
when
two
I was
hundred fifty
younger,
dollars. He wanted $250.
that's exactly what ended up happening. He was inviting himself
He
on,
he
and then he
got me
said,
he got me with that before, and then he
"Y-
said because we're friends, we could do 200. I don't pay for guests.
yeah, he ended up he didn't give me a
He
number. He just said, just so you know, this is what I do for a living. So there is a fee to have me on. It's like you asked me to come on, man. So it's like
yeah.
I was like, yeah, dude, I don't do that. So I didn't even emailing him back. And I thought it'd be cool to have him on because it'd be interesting to hear about the inner workings of Nickelodeon in the early '90s. Because I used to watch,
Hey, I can give you Adam, but dude, try to get Adam Bush. He's more cheaper than. And here's the thing, Adam Bush, dude. Adam Bush can tell you more about that than Mike Bauer.
Yeah, see, and I'd like to have Adam Bush on because one of the things I've always loved Sarah Michelle Gellar, and her and her husband Freddie Prinze
Yeah, we're
Jr.
talking about Bauer.
Yeah,
Yes, we're
they
talking Bauer.
they just seem like they're very down to earth people, and I wanted to get confirmation on that from uh,
Yeah,
from Adam Bush.
Adam Bush, Adam Bruce,
Though I never
Adam
watched Buffy
Bush.
the Vampire Slayer, never got into the WB, CW, UPN stuff. Never did.
Yeah. Dude, do you realize I did a stream this morning? It was just like a YouTube stream. I did like a 6 minute stream.
Oh, really? What? Why'd you just do a 6 minute?
It was more I could stand. By the way, Lisa Boswell died
Boswell? Who's Boswell?
from that reality show.
Oh, yes, yes. New Girl messaged me the other day to let me know. And at first, I had to give her a call because I was like, "Why does that name sound familiar?" And so I called her. She's like, "Oh,
Trainwreck,
she's
Trainwreck.
yeah, yeah." So she ended up telling me. I was like, "Oh, wow." And I asked her what happened. She said that she had a really bad infection that ended up
Yeah.
causing
Good morning,
problems.
Miss W. She's saying, "Hey, hi, Chris."
Hey, Miss W. I can't say I know who Miss W is, but thank you for the kind words.
She's a new one. She's a new one. This
Oh,
is the other
wonderful.
Chris. So we have Chris Peeves and Christopher for dang it,
Fredrickson.
Fredrickson.
Yep.
And by the way, what's an Ashkenazi Jew?
No, I'm part of Ani Judaism, but I was trained by the
The,
Ashkenaz. Yeah.
I heard is that that means a Russian Jew?
No, no, the Ashkenazi. Basically, the best way to put it. Let me see
I've
if I
been
can
watching.
simplify this.
I've been watching Ben Mallow and he talked about it.
Gotcha. Yeah, it has a lot to do. Now, there are a lot of Ashkenazi in Russia, but it really has to do with Ashkenaz or with Hashkafa and halakha
Yeah.
as opposed to where it is that you're from or genealogy or any of that stuff. The Ashkenaz are a little bit more strict, and that's one of the things that I've noticed about the things that Yeshua, Jesus, said in the New Testament. And so I've
Yeah.
always gravitated toward Hasidim because I think that Yeshua, Jesus, taught Hasidic Judaism before it was
Mm,
even a thing,
mm, mm.
before the
Yeah.
Baal Shem Tov.
So, let me ask you this. So, so do you think that So, do you think he's lying about? Sorry, Bruce is lying. What do you think about Bruce knowing Martin Scully?
I don't even know who Martin Shkreli is, to be perfectly honest. But then again, I'm not in.
Big pharma guy wanted Hillary Clinton a piece of Hillary Clinton's hair.
Oh, I have no clue. He may. I don't know. I mean, there's
You
people
hear
that
this?
I've known throughout the years that people wouldn't have realized, like, Edwin McCain, CJ Snare, who recently passed away from Firehouse. So everybody knows somebody.
Oh, by the way, Aaron's a big Firehouse fan.
Who is?
Aaron
You're
Imholt.
an Imholt? Yeah.
He
Yeah, and
was.
CJ was one of the nicest people.
You said you had a person that you wanted to have on your show, some music guy, but he had a bad he you didn't want him on the show because of his political views. He went loco.
Oh, no, no, no. No, him and I agree politically, and he's been on my show before.
No,
You're
I'm
talking
talking about
about
another person.
You're talking about Chris Taylor Brown from Trapped. I've had Chris on, but the problem with Chris is that he goes a little bit off the rails at times.
Like
You
me.
know, you guys are a lot alike. You know,
By the way, I'm trying to get my Twitch viewers up, Chris. The reason why we're doing this on Twitch, because I gotta get my
yeah,
I gotta get my hours up over there because I'm almost to affiliateship over there. I just need to get my hours and I just need to get the viewers over there.
gotcha. You want to know the thing that I felt uncomfortable with when Chris was on?
Chris Peeps.
No, Chris Taylor Brown from Trapped.
Hey, what's up? Hey, Cyberdoll. Scam lightly. By the way, Cyberdoll actually is a real. What he does, what this guy does, and his name is Chris. By the way, his name is
Oh,
Chris. He builds call center. He builds technology for call centers.
oh, very cool, very cool.
Yeah. Sorry,
So he's
by the way, I love trap.
yeah, yeah. I think in all honesty, whenever Chris and I became friends, I didn't know much about Trapped except for like Headstrong and all that stuff. And I remember my brother used to play the hell out of that song. But I dove into their discography, and Chris Taylor Brown has a very unique voice. He has a lot of power behind his voice. His guitar tone is outstanding because he actually records a lot of the guitar parts on the Trapped albums. And him and I got to be friends on True Social, and yeah, I mean that's how it is that him and I ended up becoming friends and had him on the show and all that stuff.
So you know what show I've been watching the most lately?
What's that?
There's a show out there called Cold Water Cowboys, and what they do is they follow the men and women of the fishery over in Newfoundland.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm not familiar with a lot of the new shows. I think the only new shows I've watched, and one of them got canceled, was Suits LA
Ooh.
because I really liked the original Suits, and I've been watching the new Night Court and that new show with Reba McEntire. I like that one as well.
Yeah. By the way, did I tell you that that they're bringing back Duck Dynasty?
Yeah, and I heard that what's his name passed away.
Phil Robertson.
No, no.
Not Pat Robertson. Pat Robertson already died.
Yeah, yeah,
Pat Robertson was. Here's the thing: the reason why Freeform has to play the 700 Club is because of a contract that Fox signed when they bought the Family Channel back in the 90s.
yeah, yeah. Because I think that they originally owned the Family Channel and
Yeah.
all that stuff, and then yeah,
So here's another um, CBN Christian Broadcast Network owned it.
yeah.
They turned it, and then later they sold it to Fox. Fox sold it to ABC. ABC changed it to Freeform, and
Yeah, I think we're going to end up seeing media really change here soon because I think
yeah,
streaming has really devastated, um, the income of a lot of a lot of these legacy brands, and that's why it is that many
hey,
of them are having to merge together is to stay afloat for just a little bit
no,
longer. And I hate to say it, I think traditional TV is more sustainable.
yeah. Can you hear me?
Yeah,
I just want to say that I do appreciate you coming on and doing this show because and I know that you don't might not want to talk about some of the stuff on the air, but I do appreciate everything that you're bringing to the table. And hello,
yeah, I'm here. I'm just listening.
hey, by the way, dude, have you seen So one of the things that I'm actually right now I've been eating a lot of is chicken patties.
Gotcha.
Yeah, and I'm burping right now. Acid reflux. Thank you. Um,
Yeah.
I wanna say thank you to anybody that has been supporting this channel. You know, I am a small creator. I don't I don't believe in like hold on. You see what I have? Oh yeah, my Twitter. Yeah, the best support you can give to a creator is going to their channel and liking the stream, sharing the stream out. I did it, by the way, today. I have it on my community tab, but I did a stream with I did an episode, an interview with Inga over at our autism journey.
Oh, I think I know that channel. Is she the one that has the autistic son she does shows with?
Yeah,
She's a very nice lady. Very nice
yeah.
lady.
I have it on my community tab. You can go grab it from my community tab if you want to go watch, because it was a great interview. It
Oh,
was
you interviewed her.
no, she interviewed me.
Oh, really? Really? Now what's her son's name again? I keep forgetting because
Uh,
he's always on there with her.
I think Marty.
That's right. That's right. Marty loves his Mickey Mouse.
D. So and by the way, I actually found out this is something I got from in the post show. They actually they in 2020 they actually homeschool Marty now
Oh, that's
because
good.
of yeah
That's good because homeschooling, kids do a lot better with homeschooling, not just kids
yeah.
with
Can you hear
autism, but
me?
any kid. Yeah,
Can you hear me? So
yeah.
I now so here's the thing. Where right now where my setup is, I'm having to like bend down because I'm at using a table that's small because I moved setups because we had a rainstorm and it's making it hard. But I also wanted to be in here in the bedroom more doing
Yeah,
the shows. But now,
I rearranged my studio and I just got a
hey,
new
by the way,
coffee table for up there.
I did a song for I left it on my Suno because I didn't put it on my Buy Me a Coffee, but I did a memorial song for Phil
Oh, gotcha.
because Phil Robertson was one of those people that when I heard Duck Dynasty's coming back, I was like, I hope A&E doesn't fuck this up.
Yeah, I have no clue. See, I don't watch reality TV, so I have no clue.
I
I have
understand.
no clue.
Hey, when here's the thing. I think that I think that they're doing good. I think that people need Bates are doing good on their YouTube channel. I think Duggars are doing good with YouTube channels. Jessa has a YouTube channel. Jill has a YouTube channel. A lot of the family now people have YouTube channels. Even Sadie has a podcast. The Duck Call Boys has
Yeah,
a
I think for a lot of those people, they realize that being in control of their own thing will work out better for them in the long term. So,
yeah
that's why a lot of people are doing like YouTube or getting contracts with like Spotify. But I think that is going to bite Spotify
yeah
in the ass
yeah.
because I'm
I
not going to
want to
sign
say
up for a subscription service to hear podcasts. I'm not going to do that.
you do. By the way, it's free. By the way, I'm on iHeart. I'm on Spotify. I'm on Apple. I'm on
Yeah,
Apple Podcast with my podcast.
I'm an Apple Podcast guy because I will say that 90% of the listens
Oh,
of my
by the way,
audio are on Apple Podcasts.
so let me ask you this: Do you, by the way, you say that. By the way, I just wanted you to hear songs that I did because I feel like that BYB's changed since Bobby P died.
See, I don't watch it, so I have no clue.
They now here's who's always on it: Derek,
Okay.
Adam Goldstein,
Adam's a good guy. I like Adam.
Bill Buttman.
I don't know who that is.
He's a no name, and also sometimes Bruce is on it.
Oh God! And he got booted from there a while back.
Oh, by the way, you know what shirt I'm wearing today? I'm
What's
wearing
that?
my "We the People Told You So" shirt.
Where'd
I
you
know
get
you're
that
not.
from?
Lucretia Hughes sent it to me.
I got my 2016 Trump shirt on.
So wait, so you're a Trump supporter?
Oh yeah, yeah. I was more of a DeSantis guy in the last primaries,
Yeah.
but and the reason why I was is because of the fact that I find DeSantis to be more articulate than Trump, but they are basically the same candidate. So I
Yeah.
thought that DeSantis would have a better chance, so I
Mm,
went with
sorry,
DeSantis.
I'm
But
actually getting tired. By the way, I'm getting tired.
not a
So
problem. I got to go and start making
um
that pizza anyway.
yeah.
So
But I wanted to talk to you about thank you so much. Let's end this broadcast because I want to say thank you. You can watch Christopher over at Cut of the Jib.
Rock Talk Live.
YouTube, Rock Talk Live this afternoon over on Ramble.
I'll be doing it on Rumble, and then the clips will be on YouTube
Oh wait a
because I
minute, we
make a
have
lot from
somebody.
ad
Wait,
revenue.
someone's here. Who's this? Hello. Oh, what's up, Corn? Corn?
Oh, it's
It is
good to hear from
Corn.
Corn.
Yes, sir.
I'm doing well, brother. How about yourself?
Doing okay. So I heard y'all were about to end.
Hey, sorry,
Figured I'd hop on.
sorry, Corn. How you doing, ladies and gentlemen? The man of the guy from We Don't Have No Name. We Got No Name podcast. Corn, is this the
Woo!
real Corn? Is this the real one?
You tell me, Jake. I'll put you through a table.
Yeah. By the way, that's the big. Every time I watch. By the way, I did go back and clip. Let me see. Is it because of Steel Toe? And Steel Toe is like, guys, can our name get off of one show? And April says no. But how you doing,
Jake,
Corn?
you also forgot Skeptical Robot.
Oh yeah, I do that too with Luigi
Laguni?
Greenberg. Well, it's what Chops called him, and I've gotten in the bad habit of using Chops messed up. Now he called him Laguni
Hey,
Beanburger.
by the way, the best thing about Corn is never goodbye. It's always see you later.
You're damn right, Cyberdial. Damn right.
Yeah, guys. Corn actually does a show called We Got No Name. You can find him over on Twitch at CornDeaf. Just look up CornDeaf.
It's true. It's that banana, Jake. It's Nannerdiff over on Twitch right now.
Oh.
So you
He's a real
you
piece of
can't.
shit.
Let me guess. You can't change it after. You got to wait 100 days to change it.
Maybe.
Yeah. But I just watch you over on Corpse. Anyway, I don't give you the view. I give Corpse the view because Corpse streams you guys.
Oh yeah, he does, doesn't he? Yeah.
So are you going? Are you doing both the corn and the banana now, or
The banana is it's kind of, think of him as kind of a backup character at this point. And none of this was
Yeah.
planned, but
gotcha?
Hey, how's my
Yeah.
audio, Corn? How's my audio?
I hear you. It sounds like you're bending over to talk into a microphone.
No. So here's the thing. I have a new mic. I was using it for the first like 30 minutes of the stream. I went and grabbed my other mic headset so I can do the stream with Chris. Cause, ooh, what the fuck?
It's my new look, Jake.
Yeah. So, do we have a problem, Corn?
What do you mean? Like, do we have beef? What the fuck?
Because you said I wanted you and Corp to come on, and
No, Jake. We're just sacks of shit. We're terribly neglectful when it comes to obligations. It literally slipped our mind, is all.
by the way, is Granny not? Did you and Granny have a fight?
No, we didn't have a fight. He had some other obligations going on at that and needed to focus his efforts
Yeah.
towards the stuff with Bob Levy. So we parted ways. No, we're still on good terms. Dude's
Part
I was
ways
actually-
like China parted the sea.
That's right. That's right.
I was actually very impressed with Granny the other night because he had messaged me like late at night and I didn't even know he had Facebook, and he went and messaged me late at night, and I had just woken up from a low blood sugar, and he had some questions about certain things,
Yeah.
and so I go and I said, hold on a second, my blood sugar is 42, and he was I said, that's why I'm actually up late right now, is because I just woke up. And he said, and he would not let me get off a messenger until he was sure that my blood sugar was fine. Just the
Oh, yeah.
nicest guy in terms of that.
Yeah,
Granny,
he's a real
Granny's
good dude.
guy.
He's a real good
Hey,
dude.
I also want to tell you that that Chris and Bobby had a fight.
Chris and Bobby. Who's Chris?
Christopher Jib.
Oh, fuck, Jesus. God damn. Yeah. Okay. Wait. And Bobby Nick.
Yeah.
Well, I'm sure he probably doesn't want to
Is
drum
that
all
true,
that up, but-
Chris? Is that saying the truth?
It's one of those. Corin Diff, have you ever been involved in something to where it wasn't fun anymore and you just had to
Yeah,
kind
you
of
just-
step away? Yeah,
there-
that's kind of what happened.
There's a time. There's always a point, I think, with everything where you reach that part where it's time to move on.
Yeah.
Interests change.
Yeah, and I do appreciate that. This show was this is not a show. This was just me wanting to talk to Chris about what's going on.
Oh, I'll get out of here. I'm sorry.
No, it's okay because because you're good, because I
Okay.
want to talk to you because Corn,
Jay.
I apologize about wanting to put you through a table.
Well, Jake, don't ever be sorry about that. Corns were made for being put through tables.
No, and also in that clip blaming Steel Toe for. I found out later it was Lemmy and Granny telling you stuff. It wasn't Aaron
Telling who stuff? Me?
about the doxing and stuff.
Oh, I don't know who told me shit. I don't really. Like I said, I'm terribly absent when it
OJ
comes to
said it was
social
Lemmy.
obligations.
OJ said it was Lemmy. OJ said it was Lemmy.
I don't know how OJ would know. I don't. Yeah, I don't know. I tell you what, I wouldn't pay attention to anything anyone says about the old corn unless you hear it from the corn's mouth.
Yeah,
Yeah.
definitely not corn. You know what we call. By the way, corn is what we call porn on streaming.
Yeah, I've noticed that. It's been a little. I was slow to pick up on that. I was like, why is everyone saying revenge me? They were saying revenge corn, and I'm like, what happened to me? Why are you trying to revenge me?
Yeah.
Yeah. And it clicked.
What's this thing? The best thing about corn is never goodbye. It's always see you later.
That's right, Jake. That's right. It's always peace of mind in that. You'll see. Me.
Yeah. Yeah. Hey, corn.
Hey, Jake.
What's better, sweet corn, Indian corn, or what's better for a mash?
For a mash, depends what you're wanting that mash to be like, I suppose, Jake. I'm partial to Indian corn, but I like to walk on the wild side.
Hey, do you know what I'm talking about when I say mash? I mean something you make in the backwoods.
A
corn?
liquor.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, Jake, I'm from Tennessee. I know what a fucking mash is.
For a second there, I thought he talked about some sort of weird gay sex.
Nah, that's a smush. Shit. Well, Jake, I don't want to keep y'all. I could only stop in for a minute, but I wanted to pop in and say hello. It's been a while.
Yeah. And by the
Um,
way, I get to put corn. Is either corn dip or nanner dip.
well, today I'm corn dip, but that cocksucking nanner might pop up again sometime. I'm sure he will. Just keep an eye out for him. He's always up to something. Be
Hey,
sure to
also, by the way, there's poop. By the way, Chris Mack is a poop diff.
poop diff.
Yeah.
There's a poop diff.
Oh man, have I got a filter for him? Then there's a steak that looks just like a turd. Here, take a look at this. Yeah, like I think this would be perfect for a poop diff.
Hey, do you have Trump diff?
Who diff?
Trump diff.
This guy.
By the way, that looks like Cardiff.
Oh, hello. Hi, Jake.
Hi.
How are you today?
Any plugs?
Yes. Go to @corndiff on YouTube, and that's all.
All right. Do you need me to? Hey, Chris, do you? Hey, Corn, do you need me to kick you?
Kick me, Jake. Kick me hard.
It's great to see you, corn diff.
Good seeing y'all.
Damn it! Hold on, I gotta. Hey, I can still hear him backstage.
Yeah.
The reason I'm asking you is because you knew more. Is that Izzy Belly?
Yeah. I'm over here making the stuff for the pizza, and she smells the turkey sausage and the beef.
Yeah.
And she's like, "Oh, I want that."
So I've been watching a lot of lately. I've been watching a lot of interviews and stuff, shoot interviews and stuff. All right, I think we gotta call it soon because you're making pizza.
Yeah, that might
All
be
right,
good.
thank you guys. I want to say thank you from the bottom of my heart. I want to say thank you to Chris Jebb. This is, dude. I did an hour and 30 yesterday, last night.
Nice.
Yeah, and I might do another one later when Chris and then the other Chris gets up.
Oh yeah, tell old Chris Peeps I said, hey, he seems like a good dude.
Yeah, all right. And do you have any advice for people?
Be excellent to each other.
All right, and I'm gonna say my thing is that DUI means peace, love, and cornbread, y'all. DUI means SOL. People over profit, real over fake, face over fame, and we'll see you when we see you. Bye for now. Stay in the back, Chris.